Rex Ryan sent out 3 ex-Patriots as his team captains for the day. Larry Izzo, 53, Kevin O'Connell, the quarterback, the lineman Damian Woody, joined by Sean Ellis, back for his first game of the season after a 1-game suspension. Can this game live up to all the pregame expectations? Lawrence Maroney is deep for the Patriots. The Jets won the toss and they have deferred. They will kick off and we're underway at the Meadowlands. Maroney from the 1. Out to the 20-yard line. And Larry Izzo made the stop. Wes Welker on the sideline. He was a game-time decision. Bill Belichick decided he's going to sit this one out. Randy Moss to the near side of the field as Brady starts in the shotgun, and it is loud. Maroney across the 30 to about the 32.5 for a first down. And the Patriots look like they are going to go no huddle. First down at the 33. Once again, Moss shifts to the near side of the field. Brady over the middle to Moss, hit at the 35, falls forward to the 36.
I think the no huddle is a smart idea. You've got a veteran quarterback. You heard Bill Cowher talk about it on the pregame show about using no huddle on the road, kind of a new fad. If you got the right people to run it, do it.
Lawrence Maroney, right side, and brought down just at the 40-yard line. David Harris and Darrelle Revis coming up to combine for the stop, and it'll be 3rd and 3 for New England.
Well, Rex Ryan certainly early on here, Greg, is getting what he asked for. Sent out a phone message to all Jets season ticket holders. A flag.
The 12th player did not get off the field prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty. Result, 1st and 10.
Rex Ryan asking John Perry who didn't get off the field, but someone didn't.
You know, those kind of silly mistakes are the ones that irritate a coach to no end.
And they'll march off the penalty to the 43-yard line.
Well, John Perry with the 5-yard penalty, it was 6 yards to go for a first down. So it did not move the sticks.
Maroney the lone back. Brady going to throw over the middle. Inside the 40-yard line is Joey Galloway, the 15-year veteran out of Ohio State, the first down.
Well, pressure on this New England offensive line. The Jets come with a variety of blitzes, and let's put it this way. This is superb.
Maroney gets nowhere, brought up short of the 40-yard line, this time by Jim Leonard and Bart Scott.
That was a very comfortable pocket for Tom Brady on that last completion to Galloway. Galloway didn't have a reception last week, and without Wes Welker in today's lineup, Joey Galloway is going to have to shoulder his share of the burden.
Now number 11, the rookie wide receiver Julian Edelman on the field for New England. 2nd and 11. The give to Maroney, right side to maybe the 44. Brian Thomas, number 99, in on the stop. It'll be 3rd and 7.
And here we go into the first 3rd and long setup for Brady, and we'll see what kind of a blitz Rex Ryan decides to dial up. They don't take all-out chances by bringing 7 people. They love to overload, either off the edge or up the middle. But normally it's only 5 people coming.
Brady from the shotgun. Incomplete. Bart Scott was in on Brady.
Well, that time, Greg, they come with 6. And to this side, it's the overload, and there's no one left to block. Every available Patriot to that side picks somebody up, but Bart Scott comes through unblocked and smartly doesn't put a helmet on Tom Brady, but drops him nonetheless with a good, clean shot.
Chris Hansen to kick. Jim Leonard back inside his own 10-yard line. And he will let this one float over his head, bounces at the goal line and into the end zone. Thomas Jones in the backfield on first down, and Sanchez to throw. Got hit as he released the football, and that's a live ball, and it's inside the 5 and covered by Alan Faneca.
You could see the referee, John Perry, right off the bat. He does not rule this an incomplete pass. Mike Wright coming in from the defensive tackle spot hit Sanchez before the arms going forward, and fortunately Alan Faneca able to cover it. Not a doubt about that. He was cocking, getting ready to release, but had not started to throw. And Alan Faneca in the right place at the right time.
So Sanchez looking at a 2nd and 27 as he suffers his first career sack in the National Football League. Jones not even back to the 5-yard line. It's 3rd and 26. Last week he was a perfect 6 for 6 on 3rd down, and now we get a timeout called by the Patriots. Boy, look at that shot. Not a cloud in the sky as we welcome you back to the Meadowlands. 3rd and 26 for Sanchez and the Jets from their own 4-yard line.
You can't have a more difficult situation for a quarterback.
Movement up front.
Well, let's make it 3rd and 28.
Looked like Damian Woody moved at right tackle.
Number 67.
He did.
Offense. Half the distance. 3rd down.
So it'll be 3rd and more.
Well, a couple mistakes so far on the Jets offensive line. Mike Wright gets the hit on Sanchez, gets inside Faneca to make the hit, and now we got a silly false start. Can you spell draw play?
Right up the middle. Out over the 5 to the 6, and that'll bring the punting unit on for the Jets.
I don't think that call surprised anybody. Don't let your rookie drop back into his own end zone this early in a ball game and needing nearly 30 yards to get a first down. Let's see if your defense can come through for you.
With Wes Welker sideline, Kevin Falk returning the punt back at about the 50-yard line. Weatherford kicks it away. Going to come down at about the 50, and the fair catch is made right there. We continue with the first quarter. The football at the Jet 49. Brady under pressure, throws, popped in the air and incomplete off the chest of Lawrence Maroney. 2nd and 10.
Well, Lawrence Maroney, a guy over the years has been having injury problems. He's got good hands normally. Kevin Falk certainly does the bulk of the receiving for the running backs, but that's just the ball that Maroney's got to handle.
Patriots now spread the field with 5 receivers. Under pressure, throws to the outside, and that is complete to Joey Galloway.
Oh, and what a good tackle by Lito Shepherd. The blitz came from that side. Brady reads it. There comes the blitz off the edge. Galloway breaks off his route. A strike from Tom Brady, and if not for a sure tackle, that goes for an easy first down. Well done by Lito Shepherd.
Now on 3rd and 5. Here come the Jets. Brady got rid of it, throws it behind his receiver.
Joey Galloway trying to work the line judge for a flag. Let's take a look at it. Is it picked up in the middle? Yes, it is. Not too badly. And you can see Tom Brady expecting Joey Galloway to break to the sidelines. Well, a lot of contact there with Shepard. The question is, was it beyond 5 yards? It was awfully close.
Jim Leonard once again deep for the Jets. Hansen got it away, goes to the ground, no flag, fair catch called for, and made it about the 15-yard line. Greg Gumbel, Dan Deerdorf, and the rest of our CBS Sports crew at the Meadowlands as the Jets start first down at their own 15-yard line. Sanchez going to give it to Leon Washington, and not very much there. A couple, loose ball comes out. Wasn't a dead ball.
I didn't hear a whistle before the ball came out, and it's New England's ball. Vince Wilfork was the first Patriot.
Field is a fumble recovered by New England. 1st and 10, New England.
And the first big break of the day goes to New England.
Right there at the end, you can see Leon trying to drive. Can't see from that angle when the ball came out exactly.
And the red flag has been thrown, so Rex Ryan is going to challenge it.
No knee is down yet. No knee is down yet. Still not. There's the knee down. But Leon's, yeah, his back is to us, and I can't see exactly when the ball is pulled free.
New York is challenging the previous play that the runner was down by contact prior to the loose ball. We'll review the play. Timeout on the field.
This is directly from behind. Let's look at that right leg of Leon Washington and the left. There's the knee down. His knee is down, but we can't see the football. By how late the ball comes out, my instincts want to tell me that he was down. The problem for the official, he has to see the ball to make a definitive decision to overturn the call on the field, which was a fumble.
And we're talking about irrefutable evidence.
And I don't see how he can possibly see that.
Here we go.
After reviewing the call, play stands as called on the field.
I don't know how he could have gone any other way.
Jets are charged
in my heart, I think Leon Washington was down, but there's no visual evidence to support that.
Exactly.
So
he didn't see any reason to overturn the call.
It's just on those sideline looks. Once Washington's knee touched, it's how long it was before the ball came flying out of there. But I think John Perry did exactly the right thing. He had no visual evidence to the contrary.
So here's a strange thing. The Patriots huddle up as they start now 1st and 10 from the Jets 17. Fred Taylor, the ex-Jacksonville Jaguars, in the backfield with Brady. Brady, penalty markers thrown, flag over the middle, inside the 10-yard line is the rookie Julian Edelman.
Holding, number 61, offense, 10-yard penalty, replay, 1st down.
That's the right guard, Stephen Neal.
Well, the last time the Jets defense had a heck of a series. New England got the ball at the 50-yard line. They forced a 3 and out. Now they're under the gun again, and what do they do on 1st down? They force a penalty. Let's face it, a holding call is a result of somebody on the defense doing a good job.
1st and 20. Coming up the middle, Brady got rid of it. It's tipped and incomplete.
Well, there's the overload in the middle, the crisscross blitz. This is maybe the hardest blitz in football for the offensive line to pick up. Watch the crisscross in the middle. Looping around to the outside, David Harris comes in unblocked. Tom gets rid of it early.
And David Harris got a hand on it. 2nd and 20. Brady 3 out of 7 for 26 yards. The give to Taylor. Taylor running room right side. Penalty markers fly as he goes inside the 15 to the 14. This will be against New England.
Holding, number 86. Offense, 10-yard penalty. Second down.
The ex-New York Jet tight end Chris Baker guilty of the hold.
And of course he is right at the point of attack. There's Chris Baker working on Bart Scott, and Bart Scott has the outside shoulder, and Baker applies a complete tackle. Tell you, Bart Scott has become one heck of a football player.
2nd and 30. Brady, quick pass to the outside. Edelman brought down inside the 30 at the 27.
Well, that's the play that they run so often to Wes Welker. Of course, Welker inactive for today's game, so Edelman's going to have to fill that role. That's asking a lot for this rookie from Kent State. But that's exactly the move you make. You pick up your block and you break it back to the inside. And there is Wes Welker with a balky knee sitting this one out.
3rd and 20. Brady ducks one tackler, got rid of it, and missed his man inside the 15. That was Joey Galloway. The Jets said over and over the idea is to flush Brady from the pocket and make him throw on the move.
I think that was Sean Ellis that he ducks. Watch from the left side of your screen. Tommy senses it. No, it's not Ellis coming from behind. Brian Thomas, 99 instead. But what intuitive feelings by Tom Brady to duck the blindside hit at the last second.
Stephen Gostkowski from 45 yards out. Looks good. And is. 6:50 to play. Leon Washington is now deep and trying to find a way to make amends for his goof. Washington from 2 yards deep in the end zone. To the 20. To the 30. And out across the 35 to about the 38-yard line. Eric Alexander with the stop.
Well, that's what Leon Washington can do so well. Give your team good field position. A little breathing room now for Sanchez.
Mark Sanchez and the Jets looking for their first down of the afternoon. Sanchez going to throw far side of the field. Intended for Chanzi Stuckey. 2nd and 10. Jones. Across the 40 to the 41. Stop made by big Vince Wilfork in the middle.
Well, the Pro Bowl nose tackle there, number 75. He is a space eater. It is tough to root him out of there. Of course, this is a gap defense played by the New England Patriots. He was shocked when Richard Seymour was traded to the Raiders. He was very vocal about it. Good friend, good teammate, but you know what? Life goes on. You got to play the game, and that's exactly what Wilfork. He's been in on a couple big plays already.
Here's a 3rd and 7 facing the Jets now as we dip under 6 minutes to play. With time, pulls it down, flips it out here to the side, and that is complete. Dustin Keller, the tight end, but he'll be short of the first down at the 45.
Well, and only a 4-man rush that time by New England, so there's 7 guys back in coverage. Bill Belichick, I think, wanting to give Mark Sanchez a different look every single down for as long as he can. And those of you who know Belichick's career know he can do that for a long time.
Steve Weatherford kicking it away. Here's Kevin Falk at the 17 and hit immediately by Ahmad Carroll, 5th-year defensive back out of Arkansas. 5:16 to play in the first quarter. New England with the ball and a 3-0 lead. They'll start now from their own 18-yard line. The fake to Taylor. The pass out to Edelman in the flat. He works his way for maybe a 2-yard gain. Talking to Tom Brady and talking with Matt Light, his offensive lineman, they both reiterated how important it would be to communicate when they came to the line against this Jet defense.
Well, again, they studied a lot of tape of Baltimore. It's exactly the same defense that Ryan ran with the Ravens. Same terminology, same everything. They studied more Baltimore than they did Jet tape.
Here's Taylor to about the 26, 3rd and 2. And the Jet fans rise to the occasion. Brady out of the shotgun. Now that's communication.
Well, identifying the mic in terms of protection.
Brady near side, Moss, and Revis is right there. But he got enough for the first down.
Watching Randy Moss during the course of his career, this guy was nothing more than a sideline route runner when he first came into the NFL. And now that he's with the Patriots, his ability to work in traffic, something I'm not sure I ever thought I'd see. Catching the short crossing routes, things like that where you know he's going to take a hit.
First 3rd down conversion of the day by either side, and the Patriots get it. This is Fred Taylor for a couple. Revis matched up today against Randy Moss. 2nd and 7. Taylor bides his time, breaks forward close to the 40-yard line. He'll be just short of a first down. Fred Taylor, so many years, it's so strange not to see him in a Jacksonville uniform.
Well, he's 16th all time on the NFL rushing list, this former Gator, and here we got a quick snap.
And Brady with the sneak for the first down.
Well, the defenses in this game so far have pretty much been as advertised. Both of these guys excellent coaches in devising a scheme. Nobody's put together anything resembling a string of first downs yet.
From the 41. This is Revis down here on 81, Randy Moss. Brady going to go deep for Moss. Revis is there and picked it off. And is brought down by Moss back at the 16-yard line. Darrelle Revis, first thing he told us the other day was he was going to be out there on Revis Island against Randy Moss, and he came through.
Well, I thought that halfway through that pattern that Randy Moss started to feather it back. And Tom Brady launched it thinking that Randy Moss was flying, and he wasn't. You saw the pump. Tom knew he had to get rid of it. But about 20 yards down the field, I thought Randy Moss choked it back a gear, and then he tried to speed up to catch up to the ball. Brady outthrew him right to Revis. What a play by this talented young corner. But I think Randy Moss threw Tom Brady a bit of a curveball in how fast he ran that pattern, or lack of speed.
Sanchez on first down gives to Thomas Jones, and he doesn't get much. Back to Revis for a second. We were asking Rex Ryan if he was taking a chance putting Revis against Randy Moss one-on-one, and he said, frankly, I think Darrelle Revis is the best corner in football.
Yeah, there's no lack of confidence coming from his head coach, and you talk to players around the league, he might be on the cusp of becoming that kind of a player.
Revis Island didn't look too bad then, did it?
No, it did not. So you see Tom and Randy talking about it over on the Patriots bench.
Leon Washington in the backfield on 2nd and 8. And here's Leon to about the 27.
Let's go back and take a look at this pattern that Randy Moss runs against Darrelle Revis. Right there, you see, I didn't think Randy Moss was running. I don't know if he was thinking about breaking off the pattern or whatever. He almost looked surprised when he looked up and saw that the ball was in the air.
Then again, what Darrelle did tell us on Friday was that Randy Moss likes to try to lull you to sleep at times.
Well, I think he lulled Brady to sleep there.
3rd and 4. Sanchez will work from the shotgun. Still looking for their first down of the afternoon. Far side of the field, incomplete.
Ooh, dangerous.
Overthrowing the tight end, Dustin Keller. This kick is going to take a jet bounce to about the 40-yard line. And that's where it'll come to rest as the first quarter comes to an end. We've played one quarter here at the Meadowlands. At least it's all zeros on the clock. Let's see if John Perry's going to put time on the clock.
But the first quarter.
Nope, end of the first quarter. A look at the numbers for each quarterback after one quarter of play as we start the second. The Patriots have had the better field position. Average start their own 42 compared to the Jets starting from their own 22. From the 40-yard line, Brady with time throws incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Oh, and that's going to be on Bart Scott. And Bart Scott gave every appearance that he just kicked a Patriots receiver, a guy on the ground. Edelman's right at his feet.
After the play, personal foul, number 57 of the defense, 15-yard penalty with an automatic first down.
Watch at the conclusion of this play. Now, well, let me tell you something. From this angle at the press box, it looked like he delivered a kick. When you look at it there was nothing.
It was in slow motion, but it still made no sense. It's not smart.
But geez, the official to the same side that we are on called it. What an optical illusion. He didn't kick him.
Maroney. Wrapped up at the Jet 43. Let's take another look.
Yeah, let's look at it one more time. Now, granted, that's in slow motion, and yes, it's his shin up against the side, but man, he certainly didn't kick him. But I can tell you what the linesman to this side, what he saw, it sure looked like he did.
Maroney dragged down at the 41 by Donald Strickland, number 27. It'll be a 3rd and 6 for the Patriots. Let's see how many the Jets bring against Brady.
Well, they're trying hard not to declare themselves, letting Tom go through his play calls. Here comes a safety.
Brady throws far side, nobody there, incomplete, penalty marker. Lito Shepard, the defender on that side of the field.
Prior to the pass being thrown, illegal contact, number 26 defense. 5-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
Well, let's see what kind of contact we've got here. That's past 5 yards. Well, no question. I know that didn't have a huge impact on the play, but the reality is you can't put your hands, especially both hands, on a receiver that far past the 5-yard limit. You just can't do it. It's an invitation to have a flag thrown.
The Jets killing themselves with penalties. First down, New England at the 36. Brady steps up, throwing deep for the end zone. Tipped away. Shepard came back to make the play.
Well, 15-year Joey Galloway showing he still has some speed. Initially, a good pickup. Tom Brady has to readjust a little bit in the pocket. Yeah, Kerry Rhodes finally gets there, but Galloway is open. And the ball thrown behind him and a little underneath. A little more out front. That's an easy Patriots touchdown. But Tom Brady was under duress. Kerry Rhodes finally got there.
2nd and 10. Whistles.
Oh, look out.
Delay game. Offense, 5-yard penalty, second down.
Now you can see that this defense of Rex Ryan's, it has got the Patriots thinking. There is nothing even resembling really good timing going on with the New England offense. Of course, the Jets offense is non-existent. They've got a grand total of 3 yards so far in the game.
They'd just like a first down.
A lot of pressure here on the defense of the Jets to keep them in it here early.
2nd and 15. Brady with time over the middle. Edelman complete inside the 20, inside the 15-yard line to the 12, and a first down. Jim Leonard made the tackle.
Well, I'll be doggone if Edelman isn't doing his best Wes Welker imitation here. He looks, that's Welker's pattern, a classic coming across underneath on the crossing pattern. And Tom Brady showing that he is not afraid to let the youngster in on the action.
Here's Falk to the 10.
Well, the New York defense has been on the field for an awful long time. They're being called on here to see if they can't get out of here just with New England getting another field goal attempt.
Falk once again in the backfield alongside Brady. 2nd and 8.
They put Moss in the slot to get him away from Rivas.
Brady looks right, throws, complete the Falk out of the backfield to the 7.
And there's our guy, showing that there's a lot more to him than just coverage skills. Darrelle Rivas, a good tackler as well. Sitting here in the zone, that's his flat responsibility, and doesn't matter whether it's a back or receiver, he comes up to make the hit.
So from the 7-yard line, a 3rd and 5, Patriots can get a first down without scoring the touchdown. Play clock down to 2, down to 1. They get the snap off. Brady looking left, throwing left, and missed his man at the goal line. Intended for Edelman. And that will bring Gostkowski in the field goal unit arm.
Now at first blush, you say that Tom Brady just overthrew him. You can see Tom's looking at him all the way. That was a whistler right through Edelman's outstretched hands, and Tom, yes, I think Tom could have delivered a better pass there, and he knows it.
So this will be a 25-yarder. A 45-yard field goal earlier. Gostkowski gets it away, and the kick is good. 6-0 New England. 11.5 minutes to play in the first half. Leon Washington from 5 yards deep in the end zone to the 20. Big hole up the middle, and he bursts through to the 32 or 33-yard line. Pierre Woods makes the stop. Welcome back, everyone, as Sanchez tries to jumpstart the Jets offense, which had 462 total yards a week ago against Houston. Just 3 so far today. They give to Thomas Jones, who breaks across the 40 to the 43.
This is only their 11th play so far. They've run 11 plays so far in this game. That's not getting it done.
Here's Thomas Jones again, and Jones breaks across close to midfield, and that is the first down earned by the Jets offense today.
New England has made an adjustment defensively. They've had to go to a 4-3 defense because they lost Gerard Mayo, who's going to be out for an undetermined amount of time because of that knee injury. Gary Guyton takes his place in the middle, but they're going to go predominantly in the early downs with 4 defensive linemen.
Now on first down, Jones again. And Jones with another first down to the 40-yard line.
And you can see right there that they're going right up into the middle, right at Gary Guyton. You know, Vince Wilfork is used to playing on the nose. Now he's going to have to play on a guard a lot in a 4-3 alignment. And Guyton, while the Patriots like Guyton, number 59, a free agent from last year, Mayo was the real leader of this defensive linebacker group. Their leading tackler.
Quick pass to the outside. That is complete to Chauncey Stuckey. And Stuckey out of bounds inside the 25-yard line.
Wow, and it seems like the Jets have finally awakened here offensively. Just a simple little pass in the slot, floating to the outside, and then Stuckey just makes something happen. And look at Brad Smith downfield blocking in front of him. Excellent job by Brad Smith, creating extra yardage for his teammate.
Here's Leon Washington, tripped up at the line of scrimmage, falls forward to the 22. Vince Wilfork with the stop.
Now there's a reason that number 75 here keeps getting voted to Pro Bowls. That was a trap. You could see Damian Woody coming over trying to kick it to the inside. That's more on the running back than anything else. I think he hit the wrong hole. He kicked it too far to the outside. That should have been more up the middle.
45 yards on 5 plays for the Jets on this drive. Here's Washington. Now Brad Smith. Smith to the 20. Still going to the 15-yard line and close to a first down.
Well, Brad Smith, like Julian Edelman for the Patriots, a former college quarterback who's made the adjustment to the NFL, being a receiver. Of course, anytime you run that play and you run a reverse and you put the ball in Brad Smith's hands, remember he's a threat to throw at it as well.
4th first down of this drive. 2 tight ends now, and Thomas Jones back in the backfield. He gets the handoff, and he may have gotten a yard before Jarvis Green brought him down.
Now there's still talent on this defensive line for New England. Vince Wilfork, Ty Warren, a former number 1 pick. Mike Wright, we saw him make the play earlier, hitting Sanchez, forcing a fumble. Jarvis Green, an outstanding pass rusher. Even without Richard Seymour, who's now playing in Oakland, still talent in blue.
Jets spread the field on 2nd and 9. Their first trip to the red zone. Quick pass is going to go nowhere. Getting wrapped up at the 20-yard line is Stuckey. Jonathan Wilhite was the first in on it.
Lots of changes defensively for New England. Take a look at the talent that is either retired or is now playing someplace else. Teddy Bruschi, Richard Seymour, Mike Vrabel, Rodney Harrison, Ellis Hobbs. And then on top of it all, last week losing Mayo, Bill Belichick has got a little duct tape going on. Now they've added quality people, Springs and Bodden. But still, those are large shoes to fill.
On 3rd and 13, the give is to Washington up the middle, and that'll get it back to the 15-yard line. Jets fans don't like that call at all.
Well, I think the Jets fans are going to have to realize that anytime you are nurturing a rookie quarterback, you're not going to get the same calls that you might get if it was Chad Pennington or Tom Brady or some veteran quarterback under center.
Jay Feely has made 15 in a row. From 33 yards out, 16 in a row. Welcome back, everyone. Look at Tom Brady and Randy Moss in conference.
They see something. They're talking about somebody there. Well, Tom Brady, 8 of 17, 0 touchdowns and 1 interception. I think Rex Ryan would have been happy to hear about those numbers.
Here's Maroney, 2 yards deep in the end zone. 15, got outside. Penalty marker is down, and he's run out of bounds at the 30. Here's John Perry.
During the return, holding, number 88. of the return team. Half the distance, 1st and 10, timeout.
Sam Aiken. Welcome back, everyone. The New England Patriots with their worst starting field position of the day. They start from their own 9-yard line, and Sammy Morris into the game for the first time today for New England. Number 34 in the backfield alongside Tom Brady. And he'll take the handoff. And he gets a couple, maybe out to the 12.
Tom Brady below 50%. Take a snapshot. That's rare.
Brady now with the field spread on 2nd and 7. Throwing far side of the field and complete. Intended for Morris. It'll be 3rd and 7.
Now you can see Sammy Morris there expressing a little frustration. That's Bart Scott he's trying to work against. Keep in mind that's all within the 5 yards. That's perfectly legal by that linebacker. That was a heck of a good play by Bart Scott. He took Morris completely out of that pattern with a good chuck right into his chest.
Brady 2 for his last 7 with an interception. With time, crossing pattern, and we have whistles. And a timeout was called by the Jets before the snap.
Prior to the play, timeout.
Interesting timeout call, Dan.
Well, it certainly worked for the Jets. New England had enough yardage to move the sticks. Now they've got to try it again.
Morris in the backfield, 3rd and 7.
Look at the Jets moving all over, really trying to confuse the look.
And Brady wants a timeout.
And they did. Mission accomplished.
Each team now down to 1 timeout remaining here in the first half.
A lot of pressure, I think, on the shoulders of Mr. Cutler.
Word we get from the sideline for the Jets, Lito Shepherd, the cornerback, has a quad injury. His return is questionable. Dwight Lowry on the field at cornerback.
Look at everybody moving around up front for the Jets.
Here they come. Brady throwing, crossing pattern, juggled and caught for a first down by Randy Moss to the 22.
Well, they ran that crossing blitz again up the middle, but it was pretty well picked up by New England and the quick pattern. Again, watch the looping in the middle. Do you see it? Here they come, but that's just a good quick throw and release by Tom.
Here's Kevin Falk. Falk to about the 25-yard line. You know, Dan, you and I talked all the way out here to the stadium this morning about just how chippy this game might be. John Perry and his officiating crew told us before the game that they fully expected and would look out for it, but we haven't seen that.
No, we haven't.
Yet.
John said if I have to, I'll stop it and go talk to both sides and try to get this under control. It was quite a war of words going all week, mostly from the Jets camp, but you're right. It hasn't been chippy or cheap at all.
But there's time.
Well, it's been hard hitting.
4:05 to play here in the first half.
But it's been legit.
Brady throwing back the other way. It has Ben Watson, the tight end, to the 31. That'll be about a yard shy of the first down. Here's Kerry Rhodes, the Jets safety.
I like guys to be confident, but this is a little over the top. I'm trying to remember last time I saw a player say something like that, where a win wasn't good enough. We want to embarrass them.
Penalty marker down as Brady went for the first down.
Illegal formation on the offense. Number 13 was not on the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
That was Joey Galloway who wasn't lined up properly.
Well, when you run a quick snap like that, it's up to everyone else on the offense to fly up to the football and make sure that you're exactly where you need to be in a legitimate formation. Galloway was off the line of scrimmage instead of being on it.
The Jets, with all the penalties early, New England's been playing catch-up. 3rd and 6. Brady on the slant, and he's got Galloway now for a first down.
Good adjustment by Galloway going to the slant. Tom Brady realizes it's a 6-man rush coming at him from the Jets. And that's the way you work on it. That's what it looks like on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Of course, that's against air, but that's exactly the way it worked out. Nice work between the two.
2:50 to play in the first half. Brady for Galloway. And Galloway to the 46.5-yard line. That'll be about a yard short of a first down. The game plan defensively for Rex Ryan and the Jets is very simple. They want to try to confuse Tom Brady as much as possible because Rex says, you know, if Tom Brady knows what you're doing, you're in for a long day.
I think confusing Tom Brady is one of those things that's easily said and done.
Here's Kevin Falk. And Falk has a first down to the 49.
More important than confusing Tom Brady is confusing the guys in front of Tom Brady. If you can confuse them enough to where you get a free blitzer that plants Mr. Brady, that's what you're really looking for.
They aren't going to get a snap off before the 2-minute warning. Each team with one timeout remaining. Brady outside. That one is complete to Edelman, and Edelman breaks free and out of bounds inside the Jet 35-yard line.
Boy, you put a lot of pressure on your corners to make a solid tackle when you come with 6, which is what happened that time. Again, the New York Jets coming with a rush that didn't get there. And Edelman is showing us a little something. Now, this guy could really run in college. A lot of total offense yards at Kent State.
7th-round draft choice. Brady, deeper drop this time. And then coming across from the other direction. This one is complete to Sammy Morris, who is down inside the Jet 20-yard line. Clock continues to move. 1:40 to play in the half.
Why is it the closer we get to halftime or the end of a game, Tom Brady just seems to be getting sharper and sharper? That was a heck of a catch by Sammy Morris. That ball was out in front of him and a little low. He had to really scoop to pick it up. That was well done by number 34 there. The old man still knocking him down.
Patriots at the Jet 18. Brady with time and throws to Watson, and Watson to the 10. 65 seconds to play in the half.
If you're a Jets fan, don't you think they're just sitting there going, I've seen this before. Crunch time, and I'm watching number 12 sit back there, and everything just seems to get a little more precise.
Now,
and 7 out of 8 is precise.
On their last 2 trips to the red zone, New England settled for field goals. Second and 2. 35 seconds, and the clock is ticking. Quick pass. Edelman bouncing and grabbed it at the 5. No, incomplete.
Well, keep in mind, Edelman's just making the conversion to wide receiver, and he snaps his head upfield to see where traffic is before he had completely looked it into his hands. I wonder how many times he's told his receivers in college, look it in. A bit of an improvement.
Pretty good on third downs lately. 3rd and 2. With time, throwing, popped up into the air. Moss is there. Incomplete. Randy Moss was almost in the right place at the right time.
Almost. I think Randy, he knew he wasn't any part of that play, and all of a sudden you could see him do a double take when he saw the ball floating up there in the air.
And Jim Leonard with the timely push.
Yeah, I don't know a way that Moss could have come down with his feet in bounds.
Kostowski from 29 yards. And it's good. So once again, a red zone trip ends in a field goal for the New England Patriots. With 17 seconds to play in the first half, they lead it now by a score of 9-3.
Well, Tom Brady's got a lot of yards, no touchdowns, but they have put 3 on the board. see Tom Brady with 149 total yards, but the rating with no touchdowns and an interception, not very productive. The Jets have got to be fairly pleased with themselves that they've only surrendered 3 field goals, considering that their offense has done virtually nothing.
I got to tell you, I hate quarterback ratings.
Well, I know it's well, who can explain it? Who can explain it? But I can explain this. The Jets have -2 passing yards so far in this half and only 55 total. Now, to only be down 9-3 at this point in the game, you got to be pretty pleased by that.
And with those numbers, Mark Sanchez has a higher passer rating than Tom Brady does.
Yeah. So, case maybe.
Leon Washington will not get his hands on this one. This is squid, and it bounces back, and now Washington does grab it.
Oh, you were wrong.
And Washington looking for running room and doesn't find any. He's down at the 23. Brett Lockett with the stop, and 10 seconds now showing on the clock.
Yeah, when you have a team where one unit on the team has been as ineffective as the Jets offense has been here today, for it only to be 9-3 right now, I think Rex Ryan will run into the locker room and try to get this offense untracked, but realizes it could be a whole lot worse.
Let's see if Mark Sanchez launches one here. We have movement up front.
False start. Number 67. Offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That's the expatriate Damien Woody, the right tackle. Damien, the last 6 seasons with New England and 4 with the Detroit Lions before that.
One of those 4 number 1 draft picks on this offensive line for the Jets.
And Leon Washington going to get the handoff to run the clock out here as he goes down at the 20-yard line, and time will expire here in the first half. So the Jets will get their hands on the ball first here in the second half. Coming to you as always in high definition by Sony. Leon Washington at his goal line for the kick. And Leon from the 1 to the 20, outside to the 40, cuts back in and is brought down at the 44-yard line.
It just has been a relatively pitiful performance by the Jets offensively. They got to help out their defense by getting some first downs. Let these guys get a little air on the sideline.
They had 4 first downs and 52 yards in one drive and nothing much. Here's a pass and the slant and complete. Inside the 30 is Jericho Cotchery. Cotchery inside the 15-yard line. There's a big play to start off the second half.
And kudos to Brian Schottenheimer for letting Mark Sanchez in the game. Go ahead, first down, little play action, let him throw the football. There'll be growing pains along the way, but let the kid play.
To the ground game, and Thomas Jones just inside the 10-yard line. And a penalty marker is down on the far side of the field.
Illegal formation on the offense. Only 6 men on the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Well, that's a wide receiver not lining up on the line. Again, let's take a look at Jericho Cotchery. Just a simple slant pattern working against Jonathan Wilhite. Wilhite misses the tackle. He missed the coverage. And yes, Rex Ryan finally has something offensively he can get excited about.
Now, after that last play, Bill Belichick declined the penalty. So it's 2nd and 8 at the 9-yard line.
And he thought 2 yards was worth 1 down.
2 tight end. Sanchez with time, throwing, corner of the end zone, touchdown! Dustin Keller.
Man, is Dustin Keller tough on the Patriots. It's only his 2nd year, but I'll guarantee you Bill Belichick has already seen more number 81 than he cares to. Now, Mark Sanchez had all the time in the world. There's a pattern with a double move that takes an awful long time to develop. Great pass protection by the Jets that time, giving the tight end / wide receiver time to get open.
The Jets managed just 57 yards total in the first half. That drive, 3 plays, 56 yards. The Sanchez touchdown pass, and the Jets are up 1. As we welcome you back to the Meadowlands. This is Julian Edelman, the rookie, to the 20 and across the 25. Let's go back and watch this little pass route by Dustin Keller.
Well, he's going to work against the New England zone. You see him right there. He's got McGowan in his face, but they're playing a zone. He's just trying to reroute him a little bit, but he reads the zone, and he sees that soft spot in the back of the end zone right there, and you can see a little confusion between McGowan and Wilhite as to who had that responsibility. But again, Mark Sanchez on that touchdown pass had all the time he needed. He never was touched even after he released it.
Tom Brady with a chance to answer now. Hands off to Maroney. Maroney out to about the 29. You know, we were talking with Mark Sanchez about this whole New York fishbowl and the kind of pressure that a young athlete faces here in New York, and he says he doesn't see it as pressure. He sees it as motivation.
He seems to thrive on it. He's got all the right answers. He's got a sparkle in his eye. He says he just was born to handle pressure, and it doesn't faze him.
Quick pass by Brady. Look at the play on the far side of the field by Donald Strickland on Edelman.
Well, that's a heck of a play by Strickland, but that's coaching. That's working on it during the week. That's recognizing the formation, the tendency out of that formation. And look at that. He never even looked at Brady to see the delivery of the football. Strickland I'll guarantee you he did that Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday in practice.
3rd and 11. Brady, sideline for Moss, incomplete. Darrelle Revis right there with him.
Well, it was awfully crowded on Revis Island that time because, again, the only 2 occupants were side by side. And that, you can see that Tom Brady tried to go to the back shoulder of Randy Moss towards the sideline. The pass a little high, but again, pretty decent coverage that time by Darrelle Revis, forcing that throw from Brady having to go high into the sideline.
Jim Leonard is deep for the kick. Hanson, not a good kick at all, but it gets a pretty decent bounce. More good field position for the Jets as they start from their own 45. 30-yard punt by Hanson on that last effort, and that goes nowhere. Leon Washington carry and Jarvis Green all over him for a 1-yard gain.
Well, we talked earlier about Jarvis Green being one of those veterans coming back, trying to fill the hole left by Richard Seymour's going to Oakland. And again, mostly in the years past, his presence mostly felt in the passing game, but he's going to have to be there a lot more on first down now to play the run.
Sanchez to throw with time, going deep down the near sideline, incomplete. Jericho Cotchery and Jonathan Wilhite.
Wilhite with outstanding coverage. It's a good job by Sanchez of identifying the single coverage and the little fake to the inside, but look at Wilhite. Look how he's got the inside position. He just took that completely away. He wasn't fooled at all. Wilhite getting most of the play out there on that corner instead of Sean Springs.
Last week, the Jets were 10 out of 18 on 3rd down, 0 for 4 today. Sanchez stepping up. He's close to a first down, right at the marker at the 45-yard line. Complete to Keller.
Man, let's see where the forward progress is marked here. This is going to be a matter of inches.
And we're going to get a measurement. From here, it looks like a first down.
If it is, it's by only a fraction of the football.
Rex Ryan, who has been accused of talking too much, but he says, I think we've got a pretty good football team here.
A very small fraction of the football. But nonetheless, a first down. A good, strong, crisp throw by Matt Sanchez.
And his first third down conversion of the day.
Matt's his nickname, at least in my mind. I tell you, the kid has got a great arm.
Leon Washington with the direct snap. And penalty markers are down.
That's the old Seminole offense that the Jets run. Kind of a little tip of the hat to Florida State, where Leon Washington played his college ball. The Jets also run it offensively, where Brad Smith will come in and take the snap.
There is no foul for an illegal formation, as New York was in an unbalanced formation.
So there is no foul, and they'll pick up the flag. Pick up a 5 will make it 2nd and 5 from the New England 40. Good pass. And for the first down, Shanzi Stuckey.
That is a hard pass for some quarterbacks to throw it effectively, where you can put the ball right on the hands of your receiver and allow him to take his upfield momentum through the catch. And look at Mark Sanchez, how he delivers that. I know it doesn't look like much, but any sort of a receiver coming back for the ball or turning slows it down.
No huddle. Leon Washington straight ahead inside the 30 before he gets pushed back. Jarvis Green and Mike Wright there on the stop.
And for the first time in this game, the Jets offensively using up some time, allowing their defense to sit over there and kind of gather themselves. They've got a little tempo and a little balance.
7th play of this drive. That's Brad Smith in motion. Sanchez inside the 10-yard line, complete to Jericho Cotchery. It'll be 1st and goal.
Well, how accurate is this throw? Just a little bit of a play action preceding it, and Sanchez delivers a tight spiral right into the hands of Cotchery. That was a well-thrown pass. Tom Brady looking at it on the video board going, you know, this kid, he might make something of himself.
1st and goal for the Jets. 104 total yards this quarter, working on more. Thomas Jones at the 6-yard line ran into Brandon McGowan.
Well, you're playing the run when your safeties are making hits that close to the line of scrimmage. Thomas Jones didn't have much of a chance there. Run support all the way by New England. And Tom Brady does not act like he's pleased to be a spectator here.
Another unbalanced line up front for the Jets. Sanchez going to roll right and throw for the end zone. Did he catch it? Touchdown! What a throw and what a grab by Shanzi Stuckey.
Are we watching the same offensive team that we saw in the first half? Now, this is one thing Mark Sanchez does really well. He can move well and deliver an accurate pass. Let's look. Are both feet down?
I thought one was in, the other was out.
I don't think this is. I'm sure New England's going to challenge this. Bill Belichick is out on the field. There's possession. I don't think he had both feet down. Welcome back, everybody. The first thing, let's establish possession. There's the ball right there in Stuckey's hand. The one foot comes down, but the right foot never comes down in bounds. It goes out. It is out of bounds. This has to be reversed.
Upon further review, it's not even close.
No, it really doesn't appear to be. Where Chancey Stuckey first established possession, only one foot ever made contact with the field.
And that was a second down play, so the incompletion would make it 3rd and goal. And for John Perry, this shouldn't be too difficult a decision at all.
After reviewing the play, it is an incomplete pass. The receiver only got 1 foot down in the end zone. Therefore, it will be 3rd and goal on the right hash. The clock will start on the snap.
Now, what shouldn't be negated there is
New
that
England
really
is not
was a
charged
heck of a
with
play by
timeout.
Mark Sanchez, rolling out and delivering a real strike on the run. And again, that's something I think you're going to see over the years the Jets utilize a lot. Getting this guy outside the pocket, getting him to utilize his athleticism, because he really does throw an accurate football on the move.
Line of scrimmage, the New England 6. '29 Washington in the backfield. And Sanchez changing things up at the line. Throwing for the corner. Incomplete. Chancey Stuckey losing his footing as the ball got to him.
And I think Sanchez may be a little upset. You can see the snap surprised him, hit him right in the face mask, and then he just puts a little too much on the football. That's a nice move by Chancey Stuckey. He is wide open, and that ball from Mark Sanchez just had too much juice on it, too high.
So from 24 yards out, Jay Feely is good. Welcome back to the Meadowlands, everyone. As you look at some numbers there, a couple of telling statistics. The New England Patriots, no yards on offense here in the 3rd quarter. Each team has made 3 trips into the red zone, all field goals for the Patriots, 2 field goals and a touchdown for the Jets. Maroney from the 1. Met at the 20, out to about the 22-yard line. 105 yards this quarter for the Jets.
Keep in mind, we're not even halfway through the quarter yet. To say that it's been somewhat of an awakening for the Jets offensively would be a gross understatement. First sign of life the entire game.
Fred Taylor in the backfield with Brady. He gets the handoff and gets wrapped up at the 25-yard line. 2nd and 7. Brady with time. Lots of time. Crossing pattern at the 35-yard line, complete to Ben Watson, and a first down.
Now, Watson hasn't been a big part of this passing game yet. Only had a couple catches for 14 yards prior to that. But this is because Tom Brady had a chance to check several receivers. Excellent pass protection. One of the few times that the Jets didn't really bring a 5th person into the pass rush, and Brady had too much time.
Here's Freddie Taylor again. Taylor pulls his way to about the 39. Along with the rest of the Patriots, Tom Brady told us, yeah, he watched some Baltimore film from last year.
A lot of it. Because it is exactly the same scheme. Rex Ryan ran it in Baltimore. He's running it exactly. I asked Bart Scott, how long would it take you to get ready to play coming to New York? He said, if I got there in the second quarter, I could walk right out onto the field and play. Everything is exactly the same as with the Ravens.
Taylor again. Breaking out, left side, midfield, and brought down in Jets territory at the 48-yard line.
Oh, nice job of Fred Taylor setting up Stephen Neal, his guard. See Neal, 61, coming around out front. Look at that little move. He allows Neal to make the block. You know, that's a veteran running back. There's more to running the football than just speed and power. Sometimes the little brains don't hurt. And there at that time, Fred Taylor, nice job setting up your offensive line.
This is Taylor again. And Taylor pulls his way to a first down close to the Jets 35.
And this is something New England desperately needs to do. And that is run the football. You can't have Tom Brady doing what he did last week, throwing the ball 53 times. And he'd been throwing the ball a ton so far in this game. He's already thrown it 30 times. If the Patriots don't establish some sort of a running game here in the 09 season, I think you're asking more of Tom Brady than maybe he can deliver.
They had just 73 yards rushing all night against Buffalo on Monday. Play clock down to 3, 2, 1, and they barely get it off. Brady throwing outside, and a nice defensive play on Edelman by Donald Strickland, who's had a pretty good game.
And again, if you weren't with us early, Edelman is playing the role in there that normally is Wes Welker. Welker with a knee isn't able to go today, and you got to wonder how much timing there is. Wes Welker, keep in mind, over 200 catches the last couple of years, a dozen last week. That's a big hole.
Here's Sammy Morris.
That was
wrapped up at the 35, and the Patriots have gone to the ground game.
Yeah, that was not a good-looking play. That didn't appear to be either well blocked or well schemed. Too much upfield penetration.
And we have an injury timeout, and that's Strickland rolling on the ground. Donald Strickland was able to walk off the field under his own power. He is being tended to on the sideline and has been replaced by number 30, Drew Coleman, fourth-year defensive back out of TCU. Meanwhile, Brady and the Patriots are looking at a 3rd and 9 at the Jet 35. And here come the fans. Down to 2, down to 1.
He didn't get it. That's going to be delay.
Delay game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
It'll be 3rd and 14. Well, Tom's been flirting with it all day. They've gotten off a whole bunch of snaps right at the 1 second mark as it ticked over to 0. I bet you they've had half a dozen so far.
So now Brady needs the Jet 26 for a first down. And let's see how many Rex Ryan's defense brings now. Penalty marker. And Brady says that the clock wasn't started right.
Delay game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
It's an argument he doesn't win. That's not a knee knee-jerk reaction. That's saying snap the ball. 3rd and 19. Brady down the sideline, incomplete, intended for Sammy Morris.
Bart Scott in on the action again.
Jim Leonard deep for Chris Hansen's punt. Hansen kicked one 30 yards the last time. High, fair catch called for and made at the 16-yard line. And a late flag falls back here at the 43. The Jets say it's against New England.
Well, with it being a late flag, you would think that it's after the ball had been kicked. That's
Here's John Perry.
During the kick, personal foul, face mask, number 88 of the kicking team. New York is elected to tack on that 15-yard foul.
That's the second foul against Sam Aiken today.
New York is changed, wants a re-kick after a 15-yard penalty.
So they're going to back the Patriots up and make them kick it again and try for better field position than the 16-yard line.
Well, very smart play. And a really costly penalty for New England. Now we'll see how it ends up in terms of field position, but you had them inside the 20. And once again, though, on that last series, the Jets defensively came up big. This is a defensive unit, Greg, that doesn't bear any resemblance to the unit of last year.
Hansen sky-high kick. And this one, the fair catch is made at the 15-yard line. What a terrific kick by Chris Hansen. They backed the Patriots up 15 yards and lost a yard on the transition.
That's not what they were counting on. And Mark Sanchez, who was 3 of 5 in the first half for a grand total of 15 yards, has been unleashed here in the second half.
5 out of 8 for 92 yards in that touchdown pass. Leon Washington in the backfield as he begins at his own 15-yard line.
But we have a ways to go.
Washington breaking to the outside. Penalty marker flies as he twirls his way to about the 26. And now let's check the flag. It'll be a hold against the Jets.
Holding, number 81. Half the distance. Replay, first down.
That's on the tight end, Keller.
Dustin Keller is a lot like, say, a Dallas Clark in Indianapolis, a kind of a hybrid tight end where he spends a lot of time in the slot. He'll even line up as a wide receiver. I don't think he's quite Tony Gonzalez or Mark Bavaro when it comes to blocking at the point of attack.
Washington out across the 10 to about the 11. All right, JB, we're going to see those Tennessee Titans here at the Meadowlands against the Jets a week from today, Dan.
Averaging almost 20 yards a carry. That's not so bad.
That's fairly decent. Sanchez to throw. Popped up into the air. Intercepted by the Patriots. No, incomplete.
And Adalys Thomas was all over the football there. He thinks he caught it.
Field is a forward pass, which is incomplete. Ball hit the ground prior to
all right, let's we're all on the edge of our seats waiting for this. Let's take a look at it. There's the bat by Mike Wright. Oh no!
And it bounced.
Went right through his hands. It goes right through the hands of Thomas, right off the turf. I can't believe he got up, and he's been around too long to get up and try to sell that.
And is this a timeout called by the Patriots? It is. New England burns a timeout with 1:59 to play here in the third quarter. That could have been a game changer.
Yes, it could have. And Adalys Thomas is one of the best linebackers in football. He just had to go right through his hands.
How about the number of position coaches that he's had in the past who have gone on to become head coaches?
Okay, rattle off this list. Go.
Mike Smith, who's in Atlanta, Rex Ryan, Jack Del Rio in Jacksonville, Marvin Lewis in Cincinnati, Mike Singletary, and before Mike Singletary out of San Francisco, Mike Nolan.
He's had a chance to learn from some guys who know a little something about football.
Jets 1 out of 6 on third down. Sanchez with time over the middle. That's complete and out close to the 25-yard line. And a first down is Leon Washington.
Well, Leon, I do everything for the Jets. Washington comes through one more time. Look at the protection, though. Sanchez able to look outside, check down, and of course, as he is going to do many times, find Leon Washington, who becomes a target. Not a big target, but a target nonetheless, and moving the sticks. That was a nice recovery by the Jets.
Thomas Jones in the backfield. Jones with the handoff. Off right tackle for a couple. Gary Guyton making the stop.
We saw in that last conversion by Mark Sanchez that he enjoyed good protection. And, you know, that's going to be a question with Richard Seymour gone now. How much of a pass rush are the Patriots going to be able to generate? How much consistent heat are they going to be able to put on a quarterback as this season goes along? I think it's one of the big questions that's going to be answered as we move along by this Patriots defense. Not a lot of real instinctive pass rushers there.
Sanchez throwing, and that's complete to the 40, and out of bounds at the 42 is Jericho Cotchery. Sanchez comes over and delivers a personal congrats to Cotchery. And the clock begins to wind again. 20 seconds now from the end of the third quarter. And it doesn't look like the Jets are going to be in a hurry to get a play off. Cotchery finishes off this third quarter, 3 catches for 81 yards on the day. We come to the end of 3 here at the Meadowlands. The Jets leading New England 13-9. Welcome back to the Meadowlands, start of the fourth quarter. At the very start, we wondered if the Jets could walk the walk after all the talking. They have, but we have 15 minutes still to play. Easy. This is Washington. Caught from behind at the 43 by Guyton.
Yeah, Gary Guyton playing in the middle for Gerard Mayo. Now this guy is fast. You know, 2 years ago at the Combine, he was the fastest linebacker at the Combine. This
undrafted. Undrafted.
Yeah, not many guys who can run a 4.5 40 go undrafted, but somehow Guyton slipped through the cracks. We asked Bill Belichick about it. He said, you know, we went back and reviewed our scouting and wondered how we didn't draft this guy.
Yeah, he doesn't care that everybody else missed him. He cares that he missed him.
Yeah, that's a smart way to look at it.
And Sanchez wants a timeout. So the Jets use the first of their 3 timeouts here in the second half. Each team now with 2 timeouts remaining.
Well, a good job there by Mark Sanchez. If any indecision whatsoever, better to be safe. Burn a timeout. Make sure you know what you're doing. Go over there and talk to your offensive coordinator, Brian Schottenheimer, and get it square.
Sanchez pause on 2nd and 9. Straight drop, throwing over the middle as his man inside the 40-yard line, and that is complete to Chancey Stuckey. First down, Jets now at the 37 of New England.
Boy, again, Mark Sanchez is comfortable in the pocket. Look at that deal. He gets to stand there, and then Stuckey takes a big hit from Lee Bodden and holds on to the football because Bodden puts a shoulder on him right there. Nice job. Even though the ball separates from his body, he's got total control of it there in his right arm. Chancey Stuckey's playing himself a darn good football game.
Sanchez sets up the screen, and Thomas Jones gets nowhere.
Now, you don't expect to see the nose tackle out there breaking up a screen, but that's exactly what Vince Wilfork did right there. Might surprise you to see how much ground a big guy like that can cover if he feels like it. That was, you know, he makes both of his normal theater of operations is from one guard to the other guard and over the center, but the big guy showed a little hustle and some speed getting out there.
2nd and 11. Fake the pass, give it to Washington. Washington to the 30, where he'll be about 3 yards short of a first down. That's an 8-yard pickup. It'll be 3rd and 3.
Boy, how valuable is Leon Washington? Bounces it in there, makes his break back. Alan Faneca stays with his block. Boy, and I'll say this, he knows they stripped that ball from him in the first half. You know, notice how well he covered it up at the end of that run.
11 for 39 on the day for Washington. Now a 3rd and 3. Sanchez, quick pass complete inside the 25 to Patriots. That's a first down.
Well, nice little fake here by Mark Sanchez. See that little look off right there? Little shoulder semi pump, and then come back to the inside. That was a good job making sure that one of those DBs didn't fall off coverage and come back underneath.
78 is
Sanchez just 15 yards throwing in the first half, 143 and a touchdown here in the second half.
Rookie quarterbacks sometimes stare down a receiver. That was well done.
He has thrown for 2 yards more than Brady has today. The pitch, Washington nowhere to go, and down at the 27.
There is Brian Schottenheimer, who is in his 4th year, and pretty smart move by Rex Ryan retaining some of the coaches that he inherited.
He said one thing he learned from John Harbaugh: get the best coaches you can, and some of them he felt were right here in New York.
And he got continuity with the offense, and he also got continuity with his special teams by retaining Mike Westhoff. And look how well they've performed today.
2nd and 13. Play clock down to 3. They get the play off. Sanchez over the middle, in and out of the hands of Washington, and Sanchez hit the deck hard. Let's give a listen to this one.
Tully Banta-Cain, probably the best of the New England pass rushers, got a good solid whack on Mr. Sanchez. Banta-Cain had 2 sacks last week in the Monday nighter.
Boy, the Jets have doubled up on time of possession here in the second half on the Patriots. Sanchez sets up the screen, and he wasn't able to break away. Leon Washington was wrapped up by Darius Butler, and that will bring the field goal unit onto the field.
Well, Tom Brady on the sideline watching his college teammate try to add to the lead. Feely and Brady, teammates at Michigan.
This one from 40. He's been good from 33 and 24. minutes, 48 seconds to play in regulation. A touchdown and 2 field goals on 3 red zone trips for the Jets today. And for the moment, these fans couldn't be happier. And Tom Brady awaits his turn again. Kicks, and this is the rookie Edelman 2 yards deep in the end zone. Hit and 15-yard line and goes down. Leading the charge was Wallace Wright. Make your mark on defense as Rex Ryan does. That is the start of a beautiful resume. Brady and the Patriots from their own 15-yard line. Brady outside, complete, and out of bounds at the 15-yard line is Chris Baker, the ex-Jet. Maybe a 1-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 9 as you look at Brady's numbers last week in the 4th quarter against Buffalo.
And what performances like that create is confidence. And you know that in that huddle for New England, they are confident. They might be behind, but they've been here too many times before where number 12 has brought them back.
New England with just 43 total yards in the second half. Brady complete to Moss. And Moss wrapped up as Brady went down back at the 5-yard line.
Well, again on the blitz, you got a free man who had a shot at Tom Brady. That's David Harris coming right up the middle, unblocked. Now here's a quick snap and movement on both sides.
Penalty markers fly, and let's see who's guilty.
Encroachment. Number 77, defense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Big Chris Jenkins at 6'4", 360.
Boy, and you know the Jets have worked on this because Tom Brady and the Patriots, when it's 3rd and short, they are going to haul it up to the line of scrimmage and try to run something in a hurry. It's just smart football on their part.
So a 1st down now, close to the 30-yard line. Brady calling out numbers to his offensive line.
You got Leonard creeping up on the edge here.
Throwing far side of the field and right through the arms of Joey Galloway.
And again, when you have a veteran receiver like Joey Galloway, these are the types of plays where you just expect them to be automatic.
Is complete to Edelman, the rookie, and Brady again hit the deck back at the 15-yard line.
Well, that was not a big blitz by the Jets. That was just good, solid pressure. Chris Jenkins is down on the field. He's got something wrong.
8:15 to play in the 4th. They'll check on him. We'll take a break. Chris Jenkins walked off the field under his own power, and he is on the sideline now.
He put himself on the field under his own power. He was actually walking back to the huddle and just took a knee and rolled over on his back.
3rd and short for Brady and the Patriots. Freddie Taylor, left side, not going to get it.
Well, not only didn't get it, he lost 2 yards.
Brian Thomas and Bart Scott were there to meet him and push him back.
Take a look at the penetration. Look at Sean Ellis break through the line of scrimmage from the back side. That is one heck of a play by Sean Ellis. Away from the play, coming across the formation to make that tackle.
Jim Leonard deep at his own 20-yard line. And we get a whistle. And it is another delay of game against New England.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
That is just so uncharacteristic of a Bill Belichick team to be committing the types of penalty. And we're not talking about holding or interference here. These are the types of penalties that are just flat out mental errors.
Hansen gets it away. Low kick. Leonard will return this one to the 40. Runs into his own man and falls forward to the 45-yard line.
I think he got KO'd by Larry Izzo.
Larry Izzo, the ex-Patriot. Greg Gumbel, Dan Deerdorf back with you at the Meadowlands. As a head coach, Bill Belichick has only been beaten by a rookie quarterback once, and that was Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers. They ended the Patriots' 21-game winning streak. Here's Thomas Jones. Jones across midfield into New England territory at the 49.
Well, for the Jets, it's not about what you said on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday now. It's about finishing.
That's what Buffalo could not do on Monday night. Jones again. And maybe a yard off the right side. It'll be 3rd and 3.
And again, you don't want to overstate it, but it is just so different to look at New England in this situation and what they have to do defensively here to get a stop. And as you scan that group like we're doing right now, to not see Vrabel and Bruschi and Seymour, Harrison, Hobbs, Mayo, there's been a huge subtraction of leadership and star quality on the defense. And how quickly can these young guys fill in and step up?
This is a big defensive play. 3rd down coming up on 5 minutes, and that pass just doesn't make connections with Dustin Keller. So the Patriots will get the ball back as we come up on 5 minutes to play here in the 4th. Weatherford hangs it up. It's a beauty. Falk rolls into the end zone as Falk let it go, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. Mark Sanchez wishing maybe he had that pass back as you look at the Jets and what they've done here in this half.
That ball just sailed on Mark Sanchez, really got away from him. Well, this is the time in the game last week where Benjamin Watson and Tom Brady started playing pitch and catch down the middle of the field. I think offensively they are really showing the side effects of not having Wes Welker with them today.
Brady spreads the field.
Edelman's done a good job, but Welker's big loss.
Under pressure, over the middle, incomplete. 2nd and 10. Brady told us yesterday that when a team is blitzing you, if you're executing your offense well, the ball is going to come out from him much quicker.
Here comes Eric Smith off the right side. Now Tom does see him coming and gets rid of it. But again, the delivery was rushed and the ball was a little high. And Wes Welker can only watch.
Brady on the move, and got rid of it. 3rd and 10. Brady 5 of 11 for 24 yards this half.
And that time Tom Brady was forced to leave the pocket, and it was only a 4-man rush. Sean Ellis flushed him out. That has to really make Rex Ryan happy when you can make him relocate with only a 4-man rush.
Brady with time this time and throws complete to Edelman over the middle. There is a marker down in the middle of the field.
The back judge threw this. I don't know if we're going to get an illegal contact or whatever, but
Prior to the pass, illegal contact, number 33 defense. That penalty will be declined. The result of the play, 1st and 10, New England.
well, that's called on number 33, Eric Smith. You see him there in the upper left-hand part of your screen. Yep, he hits Benjamin Watson well after the 5-yard limit.
And the marker almost hit him. First down, 4:40 to play. This is Falk. Another penalty marker flies.
Everybody in the blue jerseys walking backwards.
Holding, number 84. Offense, 10-yard penalty. First down.
It has been a while since the Patriots have gone a game without scoring a touchdown.
All the way back to 06. That holding penalty called against tight end Benjamin Watson. So he draws the illegal contact foul on one play, and the very next play gets flagged for holding.
1st and 20, 4:35 to play.
What kind of a blitz is going to come here?
Brady on the move, being chased, throws incomplete, intended for Moss on the near sideline, and Revis was right there.
Well, you'd think that right off the bat that this might have worked out for New England, because Tom Brady's going to roll out away from the blitz, buying himself a little extra time, but that is not his strong suit. Randy Moss again, not getting any separation at all from Darrelle Revis. I'm telling you what, Darrelle Revis is a football player.
This time the quick pass, and that's complete. And Joey Galloway gets to about the 33.5-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 11, and the clock is moving as we come up on 4 minutes to play. Big play here. Brady under pressure throws, and it's incomplete. Galloway, the intended receiver.
And you can just see that the precision and the timing in this New England passing game when they face the blitz just isn't there. Whether it's a lack of work with new receivers like Galloway, whether or not it's Tom Brady not putting the ball where he wants to put it, I think even the most casual observer realizes it's just not sharp.
Jim Leonard deep for the Jets. Hansen scoops it off the ground and kicks it away. Leonard will return this one. Trying to turn the corner. 30. Penalty marker is down, and he's run out at the 35.
During the return, holding on the return team, number 21. 10-yard penalty, 1st and 10, New York Jets.
18 blitzes on 42 attempts. Important for the Jets here to get a first down, at least one. Leon Washington, running room. Dancing through the middle, 40, up to the 42-yard line and the first down.
Luckily, Pierre Woods stayed with this play and chased Leon Washington all the way downfield. Who knows how many people he might have ended up making and missed. Take a look at this. Designed to go off left tackle, and he cuts it back and then just makes that beautiful move on Adalys Thomas. What that was a Pro Bowl move he put on a Pro Bowl linebacker. The fake to the outside, the cut back into the middle.
Thomas Jones trying the left side. Across the 45 to the 46, and the clock keeps ticking. 2:40 to play. 2:41, and we get a timeout on the field.
Bill Belichick steps out onto the field and calls that one.
New England down to 1 timeout remaining. First half, all defense. And then, as you said, Dan, in the second half, Mark Sanchez got involved.
Well, again, he was 3 of 5 for 15 yards in the passing game in the first half. And then Brian Schottenheimer, the offensive coordinator, said, well, what the heck, let's let him throw. And he started throwing some strikes.
And all the way back at the beginning of the day, we wondered if the Jets would be able to back up the talk.
Well, they've certainly put up 205 yards here in the second half. And again, the operative word now is finish. Can they do it?
Second and 6. Sanchez bringing Wayne Hunter back around, and now the Jets call timeout. They want no mistakes. Wayne Hunter, the 6th-year lineman out of Hawaii, getting multiple pats on the helmet. He really didn't know where he was going. We looked at some numbers earlier. Take a look at them now.
The guy on the left who's done everything, and the guy on the right whose future is yet to be unfolded. Just an unbelievable turnabout in a second half performance by Mark Sanchez.
I'll tell you right now, New England is circling November the 22nd on their calendar because that's when the Jets pay a visit up to Foxborough. Washington close to midfield, and New England uses its final timeout.
Greg, we're talking about Mark Sanchez, but in my mind, we'll see how this game ends, and we haven't finished this by a long shot. A New England touchdown would tie this baby up, but the story of this game for the Jets so far, in my mind, has been the play of their defense. They are as advertised. They have said that they're different, that they're more aggressive, that they are just night and day better than a year ago, and so far this is some performance they've turned in against a very good offense.
Now, what do you think about the trash talking? Do you think it's said and done now, or does it continue week to week?
Well, I think New England brought that out, and you know, because when you're in a division and one team dominates that division and in turn they have dominated you, there's a level of frustration. I think a lot of it is aimed at the Patriots more than anybody else. Let's face it, it's their biggest rival. Talking about the Jets.
3rd and 3. Sanchez rolling, under pressure, spins away, and goes down. Ty Warren never gave up, and Sanchez went down at his own 39.
And he thought about putting this baby up in the air down the middle of the field. Not there. It's when he peels back here, finds himself. Oh, he wants to let it go. And Mark Sanchez does a smart thing, dropping to the ground. Your defense has been playing well. Don't you make a big mistake at this point in time. A touchdown from tying. Has he ever done that before?
There's Tom Brady's ability to come from behind in a nutshell. Steve Weatherford with a kick end over end, bouncing. Here's Edelman, the rookie. Shakes one tackler, can't shake the rest. Penalty markers are down.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Number 42 of the return team. 10-yard penalty, 1st and 10.
For the 11th time today, the Patriots have had a flag thrown on them.
And I'll tell you what, Mike Westhoff and the special teams units of the Jets, they have been spot on today.
The Jets have not beaten New England here at home since September the 11th of 2000. They lead it by a touchdown with a minute 48. Brady over the middle. That's complete up to the 25-yard line. Forward to the 27 is Julian Edelman. Clock is running. The Patriots have no timeouts.
They had to burn them up to get possession before the 2-minute warning.
Under a minute and a half to play. Brady throwing far sideline, incomplete. Intended for Galloway. That'll stop the clock with a minute 18.
Boy, Tom Brady came up and he was looking right at John Perry. He wanted a roughing the passer call. Chris Jenkins comes in and puts him down at the very end. He's asking for the call and doesn't get it. That was Jenkins didn't throw him to the ground or anything else. That was a clean hit.
Patriots have been shut out in the second half. Have not scored a touchdown all day and need one here.
Here comes the all-out blitz.
Brady throwing it over the head of Edelman.
Well, I'll say this about Rex Ryan. So much for that prevent defense that prevents you from winning. This is no three-man rush. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys. That is the anti-prevent.
Third and 10. Brady throwing over the middle, and that is tipped and incomplete. Patriots look for a flag that is not coming. Ben Watson, the intended receiver. Eric Smith was there to break it up.
Tom Brady is having trouble finding somebody running free. Again, good tight coverage. The left arm of Eric Smith comes across in front of Ben Watson. The arm and the ball make contact. That's just good coverage.
Here we go. 4th and 10.
Listen to this.
Play clock to 1. He got it off. Incomplete.
No wonder Rex Ryan's defensive players love him. He dials up pressure over and over and over. Lowry with the coverage on Galloway, but again, Bart Scott up the middle. Kerry Rhodes coming from the outside, and look at the coverage. You can see that arm of Lowry's on the back, but he doesn't redirect the receiver. That's not a penalty. And Rex Ryan says, I won't play the prevent defense. I'm coming after you.
Easy, guys. Easy, fellas.
Not since 2004 have the New York Jets started 2-0. It was 2005 the last time the Patriots didn't start 2-0.
I know it's only the second week of the season, but they're in first place in the AFC East, and they've taken one step only towards real respectability in this division. Yeah, this is a handshake I want to see.
They talked it up. They backed it up.
Well, they shook hands. I wouldn't call it an embrace.
That's the end of the game.
Mark Sanchez searched out Bill Belichick.